updates. Now, Tata Consultancy Services or TCS is finalizing a significant workforce restructuring as it pivots to meet the demands of the AI era. TCS has officially confirmed that its job cuts will impact approximately 12,000 employees, which represents about 2% of its global workforce. The company has moved to quell widespread social media rumors, claiming a far larger number of layoffs, calling those reports incorrect and misleading. The restructuring is strategic. It is primarily targeting mid and senior level employees whose existing skill sets no longer align with the company's push towards AI, automation and advanced digital services. To manage this transition, TCS is offering tiered and comprehensive severance packages. Long-serving employees, those with over 15 years of tenure, could receive a payout of up to 2 years' salary, a move aimed at providing support as they exit the organization. Employees who have been on the bench for extended periods will receive a simpler package, typically including 3 months' notice or pay. The company states the adjustments are necessary to ensure it remains a future-ready leader in a rapidly evolving global IT industry. Today, in fact, we're going to speak to 2 employees who have been let go by TCS and understand their truth. They've agreed to speak with us on the condition of anonymity, and hence we would not be revealing their identities. Are the claims of severance packages by TCS true? How exactly were the employees let off and why? What are their fears and apprehensions now? Do the TCS layoffs signal a massive shift in the IT world? These are all questions that we will pose to these employees. Welcome. Thank you for being with us today on NewsX. Let me begin by asking you about when you got to know that you were being laid off and what communication has come to you officially by your company.
So, when I got to know about my layoff, it was very abrupt way. I was called by the HR and they informed me that currently you are on bench and we are giving you 2 weeks time to search a project and find a project. So I just got 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks I was asked to leave, and it was a forceful resignation. They said that if you have to you want the documents and everything, you resign, or else we will terminate you.
Right. And you know, so as you said, it was a very sort of forceful resignation, and either you resign or you're terminated. So obviously post that you decided to put in your papers?
Yeah, because I was spending in TCS for 10, 12 years, and not getting the documents is more risk, right? So there were many people like me who were in TCS, had spent 15 years, 20 years. We were about to retire as well, and no one will take a decision to fight with such a giant organization by saying no. So most of us had to resign, considering our future, the official letters, the FNF and everything.
About how many people do you believe have been affected by these layoffs?
I see whatever I have seen when I visited twice in the HR department. Approximately on daily basis we used to see 50, 25, 50, a number between 25 to 30 I can say, and around what I've heard is more than 2,500 people who have been actioned. It can be between 2,000 to 2,500, but it's very disheartening, you know, spending a lot of time in TCS, and even finding a job nowadays, it's difficult. We have our loans, we have our family, we have children, wife, everyone. It's difficult.
How long had you been there at this company?
11 years.
Okay. So you'd been there more than a decade. What was the reason given to you officially for this layoff?
You all said in the beginning of the call, right? They just don't give the reason. They just said that you are on bench and you need to find a project. And if you don't get the project, you leave the company.
Right. So if you were first put on the bench and then you were forced to leave the company is what you're saying. What has been your severance payout?
No, I did not got any.
You've not got anything?
No, no.
Oh, so you've not got anything at all, because we're being told that some people are getting 3 months notice, some people are getting 2 years of salary, but you're claiming you haven't got anything?
Got the basic 3 months of basic, and the basic is very little.
Yes. So 3 months of pay have been given to you, and that's it?
The basic payment, not the entire payment.
Right. And this is something that's happened to others as well?
I'm not sure about others, but with me this has happened.
Right. What did you first feel about this? The fact that you were with this company for over a decade, and suddenly in the matter of 24 hours everything changed?
I'll just say one thing. I gave everything to this company. In fact, more than my wife, I've given this to this company, and all of a sudden, just 12 years, I've won so many awards, I've won so many projects, I've given so much revenue to the company that is just neglected for XYZ reasons. And it's very disheartening. First, when I heard about this, I was shivering and I was crying. I got an anxiety attack. Then I was just cold. I was just cold. I was not able to express anything to my people in
Yes.
the house because they will take tension. And right now it's been some time. At least I'm able to speak. But for the first week, I was not able to speak with anyone.
I can imagine. I can imagine. What do you? Of course, no reason was given to you officially, as you're saying. But what do you attribute it to? Do you attribute it to AI? Do you attribute it to the impacts of the H1B and the tariffs? What do you attribute it to?
If I would have known the reason, I would have worked on it, and this situation would have never arisen to me, right? They are just not giving any reasons. They are just saying you are on bench, and as per the whatever the days you have not taken the project or you have not got the project, either you resign or we will terminate you.
Right. Also, were certain physicians and psychiatrists also hired
No.
for employees? Is that something you also heard?
No.
Okay, that's not something that.
In fact, just a minute. In fact, I will tell you, I'm not sure how been in this organization from last many years. I feel this phase from June, July, it is more to the news and everyone is aware. But the actions I feel was started way back from one and a half year.
Right.
There were many grounds on people were removed in 2022. 2022 or 23, people were removed saying that there was a moonlighting, and the HR was not listening at all. Whatever the reasons they are giving, and few people were terminated on that considering moonlighting. Then later on, there were a chunk of people, just took abrupt cases, compliance cases, all these cases, and people are asked to leave. Now this is what it is happening.
So it's been happening over a period of time, is what you're clearly saying as well.
Yes.
It's not happened all of a sudden. It's happened over a period of time.
Yes.
Okay. What are your plans now? I have to ask you.
I'm just giving the interviews. I'm not finding anything. I'm not sure if you are aware of the current market with the US strategies coming in between. There are jobs which are left very, very less. Again, as we are in the senior management roles, the jobs which are available in the market are very less. So I'm very scared of how will I survive after 1 or 2 months, because not that enough savings as well.
Okay. Well, I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining us with your perspective, and we wish you well in your job search, of course. I think we have another employee also with us now. Okay. We will try and get that connection with the second employee in just a second. But Harpreet Singh, a lawyer, also joins us now live from Bombay High Court. Harpreet Singh, what do you make of this these incidents involving TCS? And what sort of recourse affected employees have, if any?
Yeah, in this situation, I mean, it's a very disheartening
I
and
believe you've
disturbing
also filed a
situation.
complaint, if I'm not mistaken, regarding this. Tell us a bit about that as well.
Right, correctly. We have filed a complaint with the Union Ministry as soon as the TCS sent an email in July to the employees that they will be, reducing their workforce by 2% and they'll be laying off around 12,000 employees. The number, that was quoted 12,000, but we see, and according to the complaints that we have received and the employees with whom we have spoken to, they are portraying a very different scenario altogether in terms of the number of employees that are being laid off. Apart from that, yes, after TCS sent the email to the employees, we approached the union labor ministry because it was just not a situation where only one state or one office was affected. It was a pan India issue. So we approached the union labor ministry. They issued a notice to TCS to have a discussion, but the chief labor commissioner, they scheduled a meeting with TCS and with NITES. But TCS, they skipped that meeting and they didn't appear for that meeting. They did not attend that hearing. After that, the Union Labor Ministry sent a letter on 18th of August to the Maharashtra State Labor Department, the principal secretary. And since then, we had been following up on this matter, but we didn't hear anything. We didn't see any kind of intervention or any kind of steps taken by the Maharashtra state government. So we have now written a letter to the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Honorable Devendra ji, because this is a pan-India issue. So probably the unions in other states are also going to approach the respective CMs. Probably there are unions which conducted protests also. The situation here is, so dark that the company is just whitewashing his image right now. They are saying that we are providing severance package to the employees, and as you heard right now that it is not the correct statement. There are a lot of employees that came back to us stating that the company is portraying a false picture and we have not received any kind of such thing. Apart from that, what according to law the company, see, the layoffs and retrenchment are two different definitions in Industrial Dispute Act. The act defines layoff as a temporary removal of employee for a certain period of time, and retrenchment is the permanent termination of employment. So according to the situation that we are seeing right now, the section 2M of Industrial Dispute Act clearly, states that the employer, if he wants to retrench certain number of employees, then they need to approach to the appropriate government. They need to submit a proposal to them citing clearly the reasons why these employee needs to be removed from the organization. And since the appropriate authority in this situation is the Maharashtra state government for Pune office, so we approached them. But we have not heard back, either from the government that any sort of permission was granted to TCS to remove such a number of employees, or whether, regarding the severance package also. See, the salary factor that is considered under this act is the basic payment. So now basic payment according to industry standard, TCS has the least amount of it. Supposingly a person is earning 1 lakh per month, so their basic salary would be around 20% of the package. So he'll be earning a probably 20,000 basic salary per month. Apart from that, the legal recourse that we are looking at right now we are is trying to collate all the employees together, and we are trying to file a writ petition in the High Court also, because certainly the Labor Department and the state government did not take appropriate actions to stop this. Apart from that, whomsoever has been affected by this layoff, clearly the company did not follow the protocols and the procedures and the law as mentioned in the Industrial Dispute Act. So either we will be filing a group petition in the labor court, or probably we'll be going with individual cases.
Okay. Let me in fact also quickly get in at this point another employee who's joining us on the broadcast now on NewsX. Thank you for being with us. Can you tell us a bit about when this happened with you and what you were told officially by your company?
Yeah, so I am also one of the affected employee by this layoff.
Yes.
And as what we have heard and what we have been telling, that severance package has been paid to employee, but that is absolutely wrong. No severance package or severance pay has been given since I have been laid off since more than 1 month. But there is no severance package has been offered, and it has been a forceful resignation. You can say under pressure. They are they are literally asking you to come in the room, and then there was a threat that if you don't resign, then resign today or tomorrow, then we will terminate you with the negative feedback, either for your review, for your performance, or any other negative feedback we will put it. And based on that, we will terminate you. Either you need to force a resign or else face the termination. That's the clear-cut advice from the HR. And due to all this pressure and chaos, to see the future of my career under pressure, I had to force resign from the organization.
Right.
And to be
Yes.
To be honest,
Were you given any reason for this?
no, there is absolutely no reason has been given in written, and neither they are giving any single thing in written. Okay, for all the affected employees or whoever being asked to forcefully resign from the organization, or they are going to be terminated from the organization. No single word has been given by the organization. It's all about verbally. They are managing all these things.
So you had no choice but to resign.
Yeah, exactly. With the pressure, such a pressurized situation, there is, harassment and pressurized situation. We don't left with the choice other than the resignation, because if at all they will truly feel the negative feedback for any employee, then we have to look for our career as well, because the way they are threatening, that's the reason many had to unfortunately forcefully resign from the organization. There was no single mail thread or single word or warning has been given prior to that from HR. So that is another malpractice.
How long have you been at TCS?
I was with TCS in the range of 10 to 15 years, you can say.
Okay.
So it was a quite long time. I have gave my tenure to TCS and being a loyal employee.
So what do you feel then when you suddenly overnight were laid off in this manner?
Yeah, my loyalty in just 5 minutes of fraction of second got vanished. Okay, I felt so bad that I have gave my 1/4 of career professional life tenure to TCS on the Ratan Tata's name, Ratan Tata's legacy, and the company like TCS. My loyalty had got suddenly vanished, and I feel really shattered that the organization like TCS would do such kind of malpractices, which was never in any one of our dreams, because we have already worked day and
Yes.
night and provided the revenue.
Did you get any severance pay at all?
No severance pay. That's the reason. What they are saying, 2 years of severance pay or something like that, I have seen in the news, but absolutely severance pay is not being given.
So you've just got 3 months basic salary?
Depending on, that too also would like to honestly point out that would also depending on the HR and RMG. Okay, it's not like every person is getting that also. This is really.
But you were given that?
3 months basic pay, but that is not at all included as per the IDA law act, right? At least with the experience of 10 to 15 years of bucket of experience, I should have given much more amount of severance pay at least.
Yes. Were any psychiatrists or physicians also hired?
No one. Not a single person. So I have saw in the news that they have mentioned that TCS Cares program has been initiated and something like that. I have not seen any of the doctors for such kind of
What do you
situation.
attribute these layoffs to? Do you attribute it to AI or the H1B impact or US tariffs? What do you believe is the reason for this? And also, how many employees has this happened to you? How many have you seen around you or heard of?
Yeah, in Pune area, I mean Pune campus, you can say daily 70 to 80 approximately, more than that also. But yeah, employees has been being laid off or got terminated or got forcefully resigned. And this
Yes.
practice has been ongoing since you can say more than 2.5 months by now. So you can see by average the number must be around 2,500 to 3,000
Right.
right by now.
And
So
what?
and they have booked the conference room at the one of the floor, and there HR is calling for first meeting and then second meeting, and then you are done. I mean you are out of the organization straight away. I
Yes.
mean, nobody is there to listen you, in short. And there is no reason of AI or something like that, okay? We have not given a single training of AI. They are saying on the name of AI and organization restructuring and future ready organization, etc. But this is related more about what we can presume is that the financial forecast and
Right.
also the no project.
Right. And how is
Uh,
this, my final question, how is this impacted you? How has this affected you mentally and otherwise? And also,
Mentally, it's
what plans do
completely.
you have now for the
There are
future?
they are saying that we are helping with the outplacement agency like that, right? But I have not got any call. Okay, till now I have not got any call for the person for next my career endeavor, or how should I step in, or how should I proceed for my next career option. So yeah, I mean, this was a really shock for me, and it was not expected from company like TCS. Even with
Right.
zero money, also I have completely shattered because we are having families to feed
Yeah.
upon. We are having parental health issues. Parents also our responsibility to feed.
Yes.
Then there are so many things. It's
Okay.
not only related to only one person in the
Okay.
family, but it affects entire family. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
And have you got a job as yet, or are you looking for one now?
Currently, I'm looking for it, but yeah, I mean, let's see how
Okay.
I get into that. But
Okay.
yeah.
Well, good luck for that search. And of course, it is a difficult time right now, I'm sure. Mitali Nikore, economist, let me draw you in here as well. What do you make of, these news reports coming in regarding these layoffs at TCS? What do you attribute these to, Mitali? And what does it
Thanks,
tell us
thanks,
really
Uday.
about the market?
Yeah, no, I mean, Uday, this is definitely heart-wrenching listening to the employees and the manner in which the layoffs or retrenchment, as Harpreet ji said, that it's mostly retrenchment which is going on in legal terms. I think, keeping the legalese aside, what this is showing us about the market is clearly an impact at three levels. The first is that we see the impact of policies that the Trump administration is bringing into the US market, and seeing how this is impacting the sector overall, because it's not only about just the H1B visa. It's about the fact that President Trump is going to tech leaders and saying, I don't want you to hire Indian people. I don't want you to literally outsource work to India. And it's literally being said in so many words. And that is definitely bringing a negative sentiment, towards the work that was routinely outsourced to the big four or five IT companies that we have in India today. The second, relates to the overall slowdown that we see in developed countries. I mean, India has not done very well, we have to admit, in terms of diversification of our IT exports. I mean, our IT exports continue to be concentrated and very heavily concentrated in the US market to the extent of 75 to 80% of revenues. Now, when that market slows down, we should be, in fact, looking at diversification of the IT sector exports to emerging markets as well, and even to China, Japan, South Korea. But this has not happened so far, and I really hope that the IT sector will take that in under advisement and move towards, this diversification. And the third is, this job market elasticity that we're seeing at this point in time. It's a highly inelastic market. It's a very difficult market for the job seekers that they're stepping into. So, I mean, of course, while I wish them luck, at the same time, unless the companies provide them with some support for reskilling and bringing them into those areas where there is a greater demand for tech workers, it's going to be very hard for people with 10 to 15 years of experience but no upskilling to find jobs in this environment.
All right. Let me, in fact, quickly then ask you also, finally, on what so far has happened in court and now the next step when your next hearing is, Harpreet? Harpreet Singh, can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah,
we seem
right
to have
now we
lost
have
him
not
there.
approached.
My thanks to all of our guests for joining us on the broadcast. We are going to slip in now to a very short break. We're back on the other side with lots more.